Hello YouTube family, and thank you for tuning in for another segment of Real Talk with Earica Cole. This is our fourth segment. I'm really excited to share with you guys today. This is a conversation that's near and dear to my heart. I have literally over the last 2 years been grieving the loss of my sister. One of my biological sisters, Terry Sheree Alexander, was taken from me way too soon. Actually in March 6th of 2020. It was honestly one of the worst days of my life. I'll never forget that phone call in the middle of the night. And it's something that you're never prepared for. And I got to be honest with you, outside of losing my father, I've lost some grandparents and a few close cousins and relatives. That loss was so tragic for me. And it's amazing because a lot of times people are always wondering, when does the pain stop? When should I not feel this way anymore? How long does grieving last? And I'm here to tell you, do not put a time on your grief. Everyone is different. Your relationships are different. And you take the time that you need to go through that grieving and that healing process. Like I said, she was my biological sister. And although throughout life we had our ups and downs, it was one of those things that you still think you have time, right? You still think you have time to share with people. You still think you have time to, to travel and to laugh and spend more time with each other. She and I, one of the things that we used to love to do was go and get something to eat. And she would tease me because if you ever hang out with me, I love to order everything. I'm getting the appetizers, I'm getting, entree and dessert. And she would just order just something really small. And I'd laugh. I'd be like, that's all you order? And she's saying, I'm just going to wait because you're not going to eat all that food and I'm going to eat the rest of your food. And so those moments I'll never forget. And during that grieving process, especially when you lose a loved one, if you're the person responsible to get everything arranged and, to kind of handle the business, you really don't get that personal time where you can just sit and take it all in. And immediately after I lost my sister, it seemed like everything was going really fast. And it was a crazy time. At that point, the pandemic hadn't been announced worldwide. We didn't shut down, but we knew something was coming. And there was this anxiousness on me to start the preparation and not wait. And I was telling my family and friends, like, I can't wait for people to come in town. Like, I need to get this done. And so I went into basically boss mode, for 5 to 7 days straight, trying to prepare to give her a beautiful homegoing service. And immediately after that following week, everything shut down. And so even going through that process of coronavirus hitting and we're wondering what's going on with the world, all of the uncertainty, I still just really couldn't spend the time emotionally to feel the loss and the grief of losing my sister. And that took so much out of me. It was one of those things that I was just like, man, everything is happening. Everything just happened so fast. I just lost my sister. The world has closed. Like, I feel like everything is closing in on me. What do I do? And I remember listening to a sermon about grief and losing loved ones and how, there's no time frame on that and what the healing process can be like, and take the time to heal. Don't allow anyone to push you saying, you should be over this now. You need to move on. You need to let it go. No. It's in your own season. Walk in your own season. Go through it. Cry, laugh, share those memories, share those moments. I can sit back and sometimes I can watch a video of her or a conversation that we had and I fall out giggling. And right after I start giggling, then I start crying. So go through that. It's okay. Like I said, this has literally been her 2-year passing away anniversary, and I still get those moments, but it is getting easier. My family and my friends, we share some good times, that we've had with her. I get to spend some time with her daughter, and I get to see her and her daughter. And, it's one of those things that cherishing those memories and making sure that you make memories with the people that you love, even if you're struggling in situations. Like I said, sometimes we didn't have the best of the relationship, but when it was good, it was great. And those are the things that I get to focus on. So if any of you are going through any loss, and I know over the last couple years that many of us lost a lot of loved ones due to coronavirus and different things that were happening in the world, don't rush it. Grieve how you need to grieve. There's some studies that show that there's 5 stages of grief. take a minute and let's talk about those. Number one, people go through denial. Number two, anger. 3, bargaining. 4, depression. And 5, acceptance. It took me at least a year to get through the first 4. I think now I'm finally at the area of acceptance. I went through the denial. I couldn't believe it happened. I couldn't believe the way it happened. I couldn't believe where we were at that time in our relationship. And of course, going through the depression part of it, just sitting and crying, not wanting to be bothered, not having to explain my feelings to other people. I even went through, of course, anger. I was angry with other parties and situations that were involved, how it happened, why didn't I know more? Just, and even bitterness of just, I can't believe this. Why did it happen to her? Why did we have the relationship that we had? And there was so much turmoil through all those different stages. And I had to come to a place in life where I had to accept what our relationship was. I had to accept where we were in that relationship. I had to accept the circumstances surrounding how I lost her. I had to accept so many things. And still to this day, I'm going through that acceptance process. And I can tell you, like I said, it's been a journey, but I'm finally healing from that. And you take the time that you need. Don't let anyone rush you. Like I said earlier, it's one of those things that you have to go through the grieving process on your own. And your time frame may be different from someone else's time frame. And let me say this, for those of you that are not just grieving the death of a lost one, but maybe even the death of a relationship. Sometimes you have to grieve through the death of a relationship, whether it's a family member or friend that you're no longer in contact with. Maybe it's a divorce. Maybe it's a separation. Any of those things, grieving is one of those things. Fundamentally, it takes time. And that grieving process can be very trying for you. Sometimes you feel like, why am I still here? Or why, did this person have to go through this? Or did this person have to suffer? Especially if that loss was due to tragic or illness or even a divorce or separation. And you're trying to figure out, when is this pain going to end? I got out of this for a reason. I felt like this was the best thing for me. I felt like I wasn't safe. I felt like I wasn't loved. There's nothing wrong with what you're feeling. Don't think it's something wrong with me, like I let go something that wasn't healthy for me and I'm still feeling this pain. That is your mind and your body transitioning, and you have to get used to that. And that does take time. That's a healing process. I've been there. I've gone through divorce, and I know that the divorce was the right thing for me, but I still had to heal from that. I still had to recover from not just the relationship ending, but recover from the wounds that I had throughout the relationship. So don't think that there's something wrong for you for even grieving a relationship that you had to let go that wasn't healthy for you. That's okay. Just sit back, like I said, think on the good things, think on the positive things, think about your new life. If it's about a relationship that you had to let go, think about the positive things that you're now going to be able to do by cutting the ties from that individual. Make sure you have people around you that are loving you and supporting you through this transition. Make sure you have people around that are healthy for you now. Don't go into another non-healthy relationship. A lot of times we do that too when we're grieving, especially from a relationship. We get out of one bad relationship and we jump into another bad relationship. Take the time, okay? Take the time to just sit back and focus on you. Do some self-care time. Go get you some massages. You have somebody rub your feet, get you a manicure, a pedicure, your hair done. Like, take some time for you. It was something else. I remember when I was going through my divorce, and I don't know about you guys, but I love me. And I was learning to spend some time with me. And my god sister would laugh at me because she would call me and she'd be like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm at the movies. And she'd be like, who are you at the movies with? I'm at the movies with myself. Like, I love me. I can hang out with me. Learn to love yourself. Take yourself to dinner, sit up in a booth and scroll through social media and enjoy you some apple pie or whatever it is that you love, even if you're going for some dessert. But don't think that there's something wrong with you for going through a grieving process. Take the time, heal, heal, love on yourself, and spend the rest of your life enjoying the next season of your life. God bless you guys. Listen, I hope you guys have been enjoying these segments that we're having. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please click that subscribe button wherever it is, on your phone or on your laptop. Click that button. Invite your family members and friends. You can always share these videos as well on your other social media platforms. We will see you guys next week. God bless you. Take the time, heal. Again, there is no clock on your grief. You do what you need to do, and you do it for you. Love you guys. Bye-bye.